I feel like I'm always desperate for connection and like understanding other people. And when I get to have that experience, I feel closer to myself. I think that's kind of what this album helped me with.
This is A Deeper Listen from listener-powered KEXP. It's the show where we talk with musicians about the thoughts and the experiences that shape their music. I'm Radhi Kapoor. J-Som is out with their fourth new record. It's called Belong, named for her quest to figure out her place in the indie music scene after producing so much music for other people for so long. Her tracks take you across various genre explorations, from straight-up pop to downright experimental, and yet she's crafted this masterfully cohesive experience. KEXP's Dusty Henry caught up with J-Som to talk through some of the tracks on her album and how she found her sound with the help of some renowned emo idols.
J-Som is the moniker of Melina Duterte, a songwriter and producer originally based out of the Bay Area and now in Los Angeles. She first emerged on the scene with her gorgeous single, I Think You're All Right. And then she had a string of critically acclaimed records, like her debut album, Turn Into, (2017's) Everybody Works, and 2019's Anak Ko. We haven't heard a proper J-Som record since then, but she's been plenty busy. She recorded an album with Palehound's Alan Kempner as Bachelor, recorded an EP with her partner Annie Truscott under the name Routine, and speaking of Truscott, she produced the 2019 self-titled album from Truscott's band, Chastity Belt. She's also worked with pop star Troye Sivan, Biaba Doobie, and No Rome, and so many others. Notably, she's recently worked with Boy Genius, both touring with the band and playing on their Grammy Award-winning album, The Record. But after all this time, she's finally returning to the J-Som moniker with a new record called Belong, out now on polyvinyl. It's a record that plays up one of Duterte's greatest strengths, the fact that she can do anything.
Lift you up and take me down. Lost in a glass 16 miles.
Belong is an album broad in styles and influences. There's heavy rock dirges,
You think you want it all. I think you wanna say.
smooth pop ballads,
Don't wanna be something without it, but
and moments of furious experimentation. And yet, all of it mixed together gives a brilliant sonic portrait of Duterte as an artist. I caught up with Duterte on a call a couple weeks before the album came out to talk with her about the making of the record, trying to find a sense of belonging in the music industry, and how these last 6 years away from the J-Som project informed her new album. I first asked how J-Som's experiences working on so many other musical projects helped shape this record. She said the experience gave her a lot of new production techniques, but
I was having a hard time getting back onto the songwriting process and finding my voice again. That was like the most confusing part, is just like, who am I? Like, why, what's going on with with my music right now.
I'm on my hands and knees. I'm on my hands and knees. It's all I need. Just let me leave. Just let me leave.
I love all of your records, and I think across through previous records, and you've shown a lot of versatility as a songwriter and as a producer, and this record feels.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And this record feels in a lot of ways your most eclectic to date. It highlights kind of the full breadth of what you do. Like the opener, Cards on the Table, feels really poppy.
Cards on the table. Lay it all out. Say it. You let me down.
Then later in the record, Meander Sprouting Springs is like so experimental with like distortion on your voice and noise.
I follow you down. Shake it up. I follow you down.
And yet it all feels really cohesive when it comes together. All very like JSOM.
Cool.
Yeah. So when you started on the album, did you have like a specific intention or sound you wanted to craft for this album?
No, there was no intention. And thank you for saying all of those kind things, because that's the goal, is to make things feel cohesive by the end of mixing and turning it in. I don't know. I think the clearest genre that I did want to try was alternative rock. And that's kind of a funny genre to pick, yeah. I think, especially now. Like emo alternative rock. But that's just kind of what I was raised on. And it's like in my blood. And I think, yeah, working with Jim from Jimmy Eat World.
It just takes some time, little girl, you're in a little out the right. Everything will be just fine. Everything will be alright.
Hayley from Paramore. Kind of solidified that stamp of alternative rock in the rock songs in Belong. I also get really bored when I'm making my record, so I want every song to feel different, and I can't be like, oh, this is my electronic record. It always feels good to have something different in every song. Yeah.
I did want to ask about those collaborations you mentioned. Like, I think we grew up kind of a similar generation, and Jim Adkins, Jimmy Eat World, and Hayley Williams were like, I've been calling people like emo mom and dad in a way. The goats, yeah.
Very goated.
Yeah, like what was like? I'd love to dig into each of those songs, but like, what was it like working with people that you maybe grew up listening to?
Insane, crazy as hell. I mean, that was a dream come true.
So, like, let me just take it to each of those. Like, Float. Like, how did the song Float come together, and how did you get Jim involved?
Yeah, that was one of the first songs written for the record, demoed and tracked with people. And I remember thinking, I really just want a guy to sing on this song, and I've never had that thought before. And I just kept hearing Jim's voice because I'm a huge Jimmy Eat World fan, and Bleed American is one of my favorite records of all time. My brother and I bought it at Barnes & Noble, the CD, and we used to fight over it. And I actually got to tell Jim that we fought over the CD so much that it scratched. Our boom boxes scratched the CD, and it just like skips and doesn't play any of the music. Yeah, my manager manages Courtney Marie Andrews, who's an awesome artist. And she used to be in Jimmy Eat World, so it was kind of this like serendipitous moment where we all got connected, and he was like, yeah, I love this song, I'd love to work on this.
Don't fight.
about working with Hayley Williams on Past Lives? Like, how did that one come about?
That one was super fun. Well, to rewind, I toured with Paramore in 2018 for their After Laughter album. Hayley was like the first person we met that tour, and she was so kind. Every rumor about her is true, about her being an amazing, awesome, funny person that is so talented and so kind to people. She like uplifts young people and just the people around her, and it's so palpable when you hang out with her. We kept in touch throughout the years, and she would text me like, hey, if you need harmonies on your album, like I'd love to sing on it. And she'd check in like every couple of years, just like texting me like, hey, what's up with your album? I'd love to like sing on it, which is, you know, insane. And I'm super shy, so I'm not like, I have a hard time like asking people to do things. So her asking me was like a lot.
It's falling apart, shut down and restart, melts off, defrost, I'm spiraling up.
And yeah, she was just a joy in the studio, and it was super fun to work with, and was really respectful of like the song and the message, and even like the way that she was singing, like asking if she should like match up. Sorry, my dog is digging on the couch.
What is that message of that song? Like, what is that song about?
Yeah, when Steph, Mal, and I were writing in the studio, we're kind of like spiritual people, so we really believe in reincarnation and kind of how we feel like maybe the lives we've lived before deeply impact our present.
It's falling apart, shut down and restart, melts off, defrost, I'm spiraling up. It's falling apart, shut down and restart, melts off, defrost, I'm spiraling up.
I did want to ask, about the album title, Belong. Like, what does Belong mean to you?
Yeah, it's actually it doesn't show up anywhere in any of the lyrics or any titles. It's something that kept coming up, I think, in the same way that like melodies or song ideas will pop up in my head. The word belong kept coming up because I think at the time I was having a lot of conversations with friends about kind of what my place is in this like music world or indie music sphere. It can be really intense and competitive, and I feel like sometimes I don't belong in certain situations, and I've been put in a lot of rooms with people, and imposter syndrome strikes, and that's hard to let go, and it's hard to navigate. And I think it really is a relatable thing in this job, is that sense of belonging. I feel like I'm not always 100% comfortable, and I feel like a lot of the songs reflect on that like kind of confusion.
I wanted to dig into a few more of the songs on the album, if you're down.
Yeah.
One of my early standouts was the song Appointments, just really tender ballad. I read that you were kind of trying to do like a Coldplay kind of like vibe on that.
Heard that you're back, you changed your mind, wanted to feel something you're not, name on your tongue, you're coughing it up, bags on the sidewalk, thought you
Curious about that song, how that song came about.
Yeah, I love that song. I love playing it live too. I really wanted to make like a Coldplay Sparks type of song. And like, I love that record.
But I promise you this, I'll always look out for you. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Say
I felt like the album needed kind of a tender-ish song that was like a ballad. And I was struggling with some like embarrassment and feelings, and I think it's all wrapped up into the song, feeling that overwhelming sense of feelings for someone, and it's not like reciprocated in like a romantic sense or even like a platonic sense. Yeah, a lot of songs on the record are just also about friends and not even like romantic partners at all. And yeah, that one's like kind of an embarrassing song, but it's also really sweet.
Yeah. I've read that theme comes up for you on the record, like the cards on the table as well, like kind of about like friendships and dynamics changing and getting out of your 20s into your 30s, like when, I don't know, life becomes harder in that way, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure.
For a split second, you're someone else. You give just enough to keep me around.
You start to figure out what kind of people you want to be around and what kind of person you want to be when you're around people. And naturally, you start to lose friends or you drift apart in a working relationship or just like a regular friendship.
Cards on the table. Lay it all out. Say it, you let me down.
That's what you mentioned earlier, A Million Reasons Why.
Exit the door. It's hard to sleep alone when you're not at home.
My daughter is like obsessed with the song. She's like 3, almost 4.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, the first song we played for her on the drive home from the hospital when she was born was the bus song. So your music's been like kind of like a soundtrack in her life.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Figure it out. I'll be the one who sticks around.
Yeah, she's very, very excited I'm talking to you today. So that's great. And she calls this song A Million Reasons Why. She says it's a cutesy song. Loves the teeny tiny voice. And I agree with that take.
You don't have to say a thing. I already know.
That makes sense that a kid would like that song. Yeah.
Yeah. She loves Float
It
too.
is
with those
giving
back-
Alvin and the Chipmunks, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Big Alvin vibes.
You said she likes Float too.
She likes Float too. Yeah, she's always saying float, don't fight. But
Oh, that's so cute.
yeah, so we're a big J Som family. But that song, like, I love that you released it with Float too, because it kind of set up the interesting dynamics on this record. Mm-hmm. And I've also loved how you've always been experimental with how you affect and pitch your voice. I know on You Don't Everybody Works. On the last record as well. So curious to know a little bit about that and, how this song particularly came out.
Yeah, A Million Reasons Why I think almost didn't make it. And I love the song, but it felt like way too earnest. It felt like I was trying to do an impression of the Temptations or something. And I was like, this is not the vibe. I'm never showing this to anyone. But then I messed with it a little more. And sometimes when you're feeling a little crazy in the studio, you try some effects and it's really fun to pitch things up. And instantly I was drawn to that. I pitched it up like 5 semitones and kind of did some more like beats towards the end. And it took on a new life. I think it became more like a sample, and it felt like a sample that you hear before like a hip hop song or something, and like something from the 90s. And I don't know, it felt like instantly more interesting than having it be the normal version. I'm really hoping that no one ever pitches it down to the original audio and puts it on YouTube. I'm just like thinking of that right now. Don't do that, please.
Disclaimer on the record, maybe.
Call you in bed, swirling in my head, but you make it make sense.
Another one of the songs I think you released recently as a single was What You Need. You used to live in the Bay and you moved to LA a few years ago, and I read the song kind of came about as like the wildfires were starting to happen. I'm curious to know a little bit about that and how that impacted the song itself.
Yeah, another producer on this record, Joao Gonzalez, actually created the song itself. I mean, he had this idea. It was basically like the sample that you hear at the beginning of What You Need, and, you know, kind of like the verse section. And he sent it to me literally an hour or two before the fires started in LA. And I remember texting back like, ooh, excited to listen. Also, like, are you okay? And we kept like, you know, texting about it. So that kind of dampened the idea for the song. And that was a really, really tough time for, I think, the community in LA, and friends were all checking in with each other. Joao and I live very close to each other, so we were also getting ready to evacuate in case something happened, and we were very close to that. Like, I remember taking videos of the studio in my house for insurance purposes, and it was a really sad time for people. And eventually, I think it was a month later, we checked in with each other, and we were like, oh my God, what a crazy sad time. But it was really special to see LA show up for each other in like its darkest moments.
So we were mentioning earlier, like we talked about, you know, the title Belong, and like, you know, kind of coming back to the project after the years doing other stuff. After making the record and getting through it and finishing it and now like releasing it, like, how do you feel like your mindset around JSOM or yourself? Like, do you feel like a better sense of belonging, or does the album help you process anything or feel differently about your artistic self?
It's definitely helped me process a lot of things within myself. And I tend to ignore a lot of the business side that comes with the JSOM world. It's really easy and fun to just be in the creative mode, and, you know, you have all these ideas, and if you could produce yourself or if friends can produce, you're just like in a flow, and it's just like boom, 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 boom. Music does feel different right now, you know, being online, being someone that has to use social media, and like asking people to always pay attention to me is really tough right now. And I know I'm not the only person that feels that way, but I feel like my sense of belonging comes from reaching out to to peers and other people that are going through the same thing, because I'll ask people like that are going through the same thing as me, and I'm like, are you good? Like, how do you do this? And they're like, I don't know. I actually don't know if what I'm doing is the right thing. And that's kind of been the saving grace throughout this all, is just music. It's the music that matters, the creative process. That's what it makes me feel present in what I do, and wanting to feel passionate about my own music and sharing it with people.
I love that. Like, I mean, I think that's such a interesting idea to, like, so much what you're saying was resonating. There's a lot there, but I think this idea of like belonging and like community, and
Exactly,
like being able to connect with other people going through the same things. And I don't know, like, I guess, like, does it, this is kind of one of your most collaborative albums. I was curious if that's impacted that feeling at all, like having people around you, like making this with you and releasing this with you.
Yeah, I can't work by myself anymore. I think there probably will be songs where I do in the future, but I just feel like working with people makes me understand myself better. And I feel like I'm always like desperate for connection and like understanding other people. And when I get to have that experience, I feel closer to myself. And I think that's kind of what this album helped me with, is just feeling closer to other people. And I just love collaborating with people. And I mean, that also is kind of my history too. I love to sing on people's songs. And yeah, when friends are like, hey, can you help me out with this thing? I need help with like engineering. Can you like produce a song? I'm like, yes. Because I just feel like this life is so short. And when opportunities present itself, I just want to grab it.
No, I love that. So it's so well deserved. Anytime I see you show up, even a production credit, like in the depths of the liner notes, I'm always excited. Like, so it's cool. You're the secret weapon.
You.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm curious that, with all your collaboration, all you do, are there anything else you're working on right now that you can share about?
Yeah, this week I did 2 sessions with this band from the Bay called Pillow Prince. They're really cool, very shoegazy.
Then our babies can be friends and go to the same school. Like we went to the same school when we were 17. Growing up is easy when you're rich and white like me. Don't mind all of the poors, just drive your Mercedes.
And then an artist from Hawaii named Ragamuffs. She's really cool.
Stars don't lie, gazing up, should we trust decorated skies? Warning signs, I'll be fine if they don't align.
The Hatchie record that I co-produce is coming out in next month or in a couple months as well. So lots of releases that I've worked on the past couple years are starting to drop. So I'm like really excited.
One question we always ask at the end of our interviews, which somehow ends up being kind of the hardest question, but we ask everybody, what are you listening to right now that you're really just loving? Like artist or album, or it could be new or old.
Can I look at my title real quick?
Of course, yes, please. That's what I do too.
Today I just listened to Trip 9 Love by Tirza. I love that record. I think it came out like a couple of years ago, but I'm having a moment with it again. It's such a funny record because it's like the same drum loop every single song and like same piano loops. And it's like so drony in a really fun, special way.
In my world, I can't see.
I'm listening to that right now. And then also the new Blood Orange record.
Well, thank you so much, Melina. So excited for the new record, Belong, and looking forward to everything you have coming out ahead.
Thank you, Dusty.
And that was A Deeper Listen. We hope you enjoy hearing vulnerable storytelling directly from the artists that our DJs are spinning on KEXP's airwaves. And we're hoping that you'll also help us spread the word by leaving a review, subscribing on YouTube, and sharing this podcast with a friend. And above all, please consider making a small monthly donation to KEXP. Our listeners are our #1 most reliable source of funding. And when you donate to the show, we can send you a t-shirt or another thank you gift to show our gratitude to you. Consider leaving a $10 monthly donation at kexp.org/deeper. Thanks to Dusty Henry for producing this interview, Janice Headley for web design, and Matt Ogaz for audio mastering. I'm Roddy Nickpour, thanking you for taking a deeper listen. Take care.